Rubius Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts. Of course, you know all about Hogwarts.
Sorry, no.
No? Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mum and dad learned it all?
Learned what?
You're a wizard, Harry.
The Harry Potter franchise is absolutely huge. I cannot overstate just how much this series has affected me as I made that transition from childhood into adulthood. The books are masterclass, and they are what brought me back from the brink of hating all of literature after having one too many deep dives in AP English literature. This franchise has the possibility to bring so much into the world and to affect so many, but how did it turn out?
You could be great, you know. It's all here in your head. And Slytherin will help you on the way to greatness. There's no doubt about that. No? Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor!
Alright, I gotta say it. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone pulls off the look of the book better than pretty much any other book-to-film adaptation that I have ever seen. Everything just screams, yes, this is Harry Potter. Everything from the costuming, the robes, just look at Hagrid. Everything is so very Harry Potter. And just seeing that come to life for the first time is, well, pardon the pun, but magical. As long as I'm talking about controversy, let's go with my opinion on the music. So, yes, better than Indiana Jones, and on par with Star Wars for John Williams' best scoring work, period. Everything about Harry Potter's music is so iconic that you can't help but hear it and immediately be transported to the world of J.K. Rowling. So that's enough with the aesthetics. Let's talk about the casting for a moment. Because when you have a huge franchise that you're trying to launch, like Harry Potter, casting is key. Because not only are you going to have these actors for one film, but for, well, they probably thought at the time 7, but 8 movies where you are depending on the same actors to hit all of the right beats of the characters of the books. And the casting here is wonderful. Can you think of anybody but Robbie Coltrane as Hagrid? Or is there anyone but Maggie Smith who could really pull off Professor McGonagall? And it is a shame that Richard Harris was not able to finish off the series, because his Dumbledore, with the quiet but resounding authority, is a perfect match to the character from the book. Nothing against Michael Gambon's performances, but Richard Harris was on a whole other level. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is also one of the best paced of the movies. Sure, you have all the action, and everything moves briskly, but at the same time, you don't feel robbed from a character beat, from going into a class, from seeing Quidditch. And Quidditch is done so masterfully in this film that you feel almost robbed from all future films of having some of that Quidditch magic.
Moving, both of you. This is Devil's Snare. You have to relax. If you don't, it'll only kill you faster.
Kill us faster? Oh, now I can relax. Hermione!
Now, I understand that it's always a gamble when you rely so heavily on child actors. And regardless of where these actors stand today, and the talent that you have from Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson and I'm sure that Rupert Grint is doing something or other somewhere out there in the world. But here in the first film, it's pretty bad. Their performances feel wooden, forced, and rehearsed. And that is not what you want when you're trying to transport all of the viewers to another world. It's a great thing that these child actors are able to turn it around in future films, but here, it's definitely distracting just how bad they were. Also, did they really have to turn the schmaltz and cheese factor up 50 notches for this film? Everything, any of the emotional beats felt really forced and just so cheesy. And maybe that goes hand in hand with my last point about the kids, but it's just not pulled off well here. And I know many people who were actually thrown off of the entire Harry Potter franchise because of the cheesiness of this first film, which is a shame because you have some gold later on in the series. And maybe it's because of that schmaltz that I feel like this movie loses a lot of the deeper meanings of the novel. Instead of feeling that sense of isolation, abandonment, camaraderie, it's all just seems lost and inch deep. And you feel like, oh, this could be so much better handled, and everything could be so much more powerful had we had some better performances. But with what we got, it's a very shallow film. All that being said, this movie still is able to capture so much of the magic from the books that it really brings things together and makes you excited for what's to come. And it's a good thing too, because what's to come is even better. As for this film, it is flawed, it does feel shallow, and those kids' performances do bring it down a little bit. But I still have to give it 7 chocolate frogs out of 10. I hope that you enjoyed our first Harry Potter review. Now, we're not stopping here. We want to make sure that we go over every movie and try to get it done before Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them come out, so that you can get as much Harry Potter as you could possibly stand before seeing that movie. And I know that we're all excited for it, but let us know how you feel. Please, write in the comments, tell us what you think about this review. Let us know. We want your feedback. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Because, dagnabbit, we try really hard and we put out some pretty good stuff. We make it fun. We're reviews versus the